Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Nenna, and today I am back with another part of my world building series. I haven't recorded an episode in so long, but honestly, recording these videos takes so much time. I'm not even kidding when I say that this took me about 5 days to record. Mainly because I ended up building quite a large house and I'm not a builder. I was struggling with a lot. I'm definitely not a builder, and as much as I try to push myself to build, I don't enjoy it as much as Cass. I obviously do enjoy doing it, but doing it for more than a few hours at a time is really stressing me out, low-key. Actually, a lot more stressful to build than you would think it is. This video is also a little bit chaotic because half of the footage is me not per se building, but I am redoing, painting over something that I've already done in a previous video, but I wasn't really happy with it, and I took a few months of break. And obviously, I mean, for me at least, when I come back after a few months and I look at what I've done, I usually either don't really like it or I want to improve. And in this case, I didn't really like the freehand drawing that I did. I wanted it to look like a football field, and I freehanded the lines, but I felt like it could be much nicer, much neater. So I ended up using the tiles as a bit of a guideline, and as you know, if you place a tile over a piece of land, anything outside those tiles gets colored, and that's how I managed to get these really tight lines. I wanted to bring something new to this video because I do want to show off some diverse things. I don't want to just make a house in every episode or do the neighborhood in every episode. I don't want to always show the same thing. I do want it to be, it's an honest series. It's not something I come up with. Well, it's not a storyline that I come up with, you know. It's not necessarily following any direction. I do want to have some variety, and hard to bring that. But the other thing that makes me struggle with these kind of videos is because it takes so much time. I also have a lot of footage, and then I do end up having to cut out quite a lot of footage, and then if I leave it in, it's going to be quite a long video, but if I don't leave it in, it's going to look a little chaotic at days where I'm doing a couple of things. I'm going to work on that. I'm going to try and make it maybe less diverse as in this video. I mean, I'm not saying I did a lot of things in this video, but I did start on this football field, and then you see me do something in the neighborhood, and then you also see me doing a house. So it's a little bit of everything, and after looking back at this, I'm just feeling a little bit too chaotic. I might approach this a little different the next time. If you haven't seen any of my other videos, this is a neighborhood that I'm currently building and working on. And one of the things that I wanted for this world was for most of it to be made by me. So the Sims you see are all made by me in Cass, and of course I'm trying to make all the lots, community lots, residential lots, I'm trying to make them all myself. It's actually like really challenging because, like I said, I'm not a builder, but I'm going to try and just take it per family, take it per idea that I have, and see how far I can come. And I love doing the neighborhood. It's so calming. It's besides building, it's really relaxing to come up with a bit of a storyline for these Sims and create little characters and fill up a whole world just from your own ideas, and see it kind of come to life and see these Sims that you imagined interact with each other. I already know it's going to be so much fun. I'm just a really big fan of storytelling, and I love kind of bringing my thoughts to life in a way. I also love drawing, character creation and drawing, and Sims, they all flow through each other, they all connect somehow, and I really enjoy doing it. This is also a perfect time to tell you guys that these lots are definitely a work in progress. They're not in their final stage yet. I did change them again, but I don't think I'm going to think they might change a bit more before I'm actually officially, so to say, opening the world. Definitely will not keep on updating you guys on this little project here, like on this specific part of the world, this specific lot, because if I do that and I change my mind like 10 times, we're gonna have 10 videos of me trying to make this football field, which I'm not sure if we are waiting for that, are we? I'm definitely not. This world, I mean, okay, it's kind of a slow project because of the building, but I think now that I have made some how would I say it, I made a start, I made a beginning, and what I probably should have done, and I'm just thinking out loud right now, but I probably should have looked up how to make actual houses, like how to build really big mansions, and just copy that, because I was struggling so much with this house. Let me tell you, I don't know if we're past the first part yet where I'm just working on, you know, the football field, but if we manage to go past that, also ignore this really oh my god, it's so annoying. I had this awning, and there's a bug. I think it's pretty known. If you make an awning, you try to take it away, sometimes it doesn't work, and it just drove me insane because it would not budge, it would not work, it wouldn't go away. And even now, it's been days after recording, I still cannot get rid of it. It's so freaking frustrating, but I'll figure it out again eventually. Just, I'm never gonna use awnings. Awnings are just evil, just pure evil. What are talking about again? Oh yeah, so if we're still seeing this, we're gonna skip into the next part of this little video where I actually end up building somewhat of a mansion. I feel like I could have made it easier for myself by looking up a blueprint, by looking up something. I'm not saying it turned out horrible, because I actually don't think it did, but I'm just never happy with it. Maybe once I upload this video, I'll look back at it and I think, oh wow, it's actually not that bad. But it's just hard for me to be happy about it, you know? I did say to myself that I didn't want to use too much custom content. Looking back, I did use quite a bunch. So what I'm probably going to do, rid of it and try to make it custom content free. I really shouldn't put in too much items, too much decorations, because computer may be able to handle it. But I'm trying to think about other people's PCs or laptops that may not be able to run it as smoothly, so I'm trying to keep that in mind too. But I also know that it's going to be really hard for me to hold back, so I'm gonna have to find a bit of a midway there. I'm gonna have to come up with a strategy or a plan. I have to find a perfect mid, which is probably gonna take a bit of practice. I like to go all out. I like to go out with my Sims, and my Sims are definitely not CC free. Everything besides the hair, the eyes, the skin, going to be CC free. Like, the Sims are gonna look a little bit different, you know? But at least the outfits work. So we're not gonna have any major glitching. We might have some funky heads. Well, this is one of the families that I don't think it was the first family, but it was definitely one of the first. And I really wanted to have, I mean, I still do. I really want to have intricate storylines, and I want there to be a dynamic, and I want there to be moments where if other people were to look into the family or to play with these Sims, that they would think, oh wait, that's how that is, that's who that is. I'm trying to really make them feel like they're lived in, and this is one of the families that I'd end up playing with them. Maybe by the time you guys get to actually play with this world, maybe they're gonna be elders and these kids are running around. I come to life trying to come up with things like this. You don't stress myself enough and stress others enough, and I can actually stress you as well. Stress you out. That's a bad joke. I can't stress enough how important it is to have things in your life or do things that are so ridiculously relaxing. Like, you need to do something that's super relaxing that doesn't take your mind to anywhere. You need to be able to focus on it, so it takes your mind off things, but you also need to be able to relax. So it has to be relaxing, it has to be calm and fun, you know? In our daily lives, we do so much that is stressful, that requires us to think and to feel things, and it's just nice to have this really simple game where you just create a little puppet and you make the puppet walk around, and you make like a little house for the puppet, and you create an entire life for this puppet, and you make everything else look nice and feel content. And I feel like it's so important to have things like that. I know the things that is really like big right now, I think is what's it called? Geez, I don't even know the word. I can picture it in my eyes. My eyeballs. I can picture it in my head, but I don't remember what it's called. But it doesn't matter. It's the one where you have a little island on the Switch, and you do that. I heard that's like one of the popular things right now that seems to be really relaxing. I don't actually want to buy it. I don't think it sounds like something I would do. I rather prefer doing this or drawing. Anyway, should I tell you about this family? I have some time. I mean, I want to fill up this video with a little bit of babbling. Just a little bit. Just 15 minutes of babbling. Just a little. Okay, since you guys saw them at one point, or you guys will see them at one point, this is a family of 2 Sims, and these 2 Sims are really young, and they met when they were really young too, so they've been together for a pretty long time. Like, they were children, and they really were maybe they really liked each other, let's put it that way. And then they were teenagers, they started dating, and they pretty much knew exactly what they wanted from each other and what they wanted in life. She really wanted to be a teacher. She loved children, she always wanted children, and one of the things that she really wanted was to become a teacher like her mother was. In the Sims terms, it would be like a teacher. So let's just say she works at a daycare, and she loves being with kids. Sucking this out of my big toe right now, but let's just say that they were rich. Okay, they were really wealthy. Married to this dude, like engaged, married to this man, like right away. And he came from a wealthy family as well. His father was a cop or an FBI agent, one of the two. Not sure about his mother. He wanted to be a cop like maybe his father was and his grandpa was. So these 2 Sims were really blessed. They were pretty well off. So they were able to purchase a house, and they knew that they wanted children pretty soon. But it turned out that she wasn't able to conceive until one day, let's just call it a bit of a trial. There was a new trial, and it came with a bit of a risk. Had a big odds of having multiple babies, and there was a chance that, she could have more than 3 kids at once. Literally sucking this out of my other big toe. First I tried my left one, I'm using the right one. Despite the odds, despite that it was actually maybe against recommendations, maybe it was some illegal thing, despite everything, despite the warnings, she decided, or he, well, I guess they both decided to go through with it. She was really happy, he was really happy, they were over the moon, they felt really blessed. But also shocked, because despite the fact that they knew it had a high chance of happening, they were both like, the hell, it actually did. Expected it to actually happen though. It's like people, they think nothing will ever happen to them until it does, and then they're like shocked, like, no shit, bro, like, really? You really thought you were that special that nothing happens to you? Okay. They had 5 babies. Caused a bit of an uproar in the neighborhood. It's not a small town, but people know people and people talk, and eventually they saw a pregnant lady go from being pregnant to having a baby, and then having 5 babies and taking her 5 babies everywhere. I mean, do you even take your 5 babies anywhere? I mean, maybe you just stay at home, but let's just imagine that they knew about the baby. So say people weren't all too nice, and it got a bit of a bad name because people just thought they were a bit weird. They were different. They had a lot of kids, and it just seems like when people have kids, like 5 kids, but they're not the same age, then it's acceptable. But as soon as you have like 5 at once, oh my god, shocker. Like, oh my god, how could you do that? Luckily, because of their, of their wealthy lifestyle, so to say, and because of their successful jobs, they were able to purchase a really large house. And in the end, I guess it all went well. It's also really fun to see because she did have those, like, they're all biologically hers. She had those 5 children, and only one has red hair. And I was rooting so hard. I saw them all come out with the dad's hair color, and at the last, one came with red hair. And I'm like, oh my god, it actually worked. She has a red-haired baby. And it turns out, I played a little bit with this family. It turns out that she's actually really attached to that sim, and I wish I was making this up. I wish that it wasn't a thing, but she prefers this child over the others. She's kind of biased. I've noticed that she loves to hug this child more than the others. She always interacts more with this one than the other. She has a better relationship with this one than the others. I'm smelling a little bit of favoritism here. I'm a bit too passionate about these Sims I just made in the story. No. Either way, I think I've talked plenty for this video. This house is definitely not the best, and I wanted to stick to a bit of a theme here, so I tried to make it green. I definitely used a lot of custom content outside, but I love the bushes. I think these bushes are what makes this house look or smell so rich. But I'm still gonna wrap up this video. I could say so much more. I'm really good at saying a lot. That's just how I am. But I have other videos to work on as well, so and other things to do today. Like, I should take a shower right now. I kind of feel like it. Not like you guys need to know that, but now that you do, I hope you enjoy knowing that I'm gonna take a shower after this video. Yes. Thank you guys so much for being patient for me to come back with some new videos. I'm almost done with my 3-month project, so expect a lot more videos coming. And not only that, the annoying laggy recording has finally stopped. It's finally done. I finally fixed it. It was such a stupid problem. I don't even want to talk about it in this video. I'm gonna leave it for a cast so I can just complain for 3 minutes and be done with it. Either way, I'm looking into cough. I've talked too much. My throat is so incredibly dry. I'm gonna end this video. And thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.
Bye guys.